We all know what it's like to be far from home. For us as a family, we've spent the last year or so getting used to a new home. But, for all of us believers, actually, there's a sense in which we are all still far from home. This Sunday, we're starting 2 new sermon series, both talking to the position of believers who are far from home. In the mornings, we're going to be looking at the first chapters of the book of Daniel. Daniel and his friends, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, had the challenge of living in a faraway land under foreign occupation, under the king Nebuchadnezzar, in a way that they would still stay faithful to the Lord whom they knew from back at home. The book gives us a challenge to get involved in life as Daniel does, and yet nevertheless know where the lines of faithfulness to God land for us. Daniel 2:20 says, "Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his." And I'm praying we have a sense of that, even as we live in this culture that is so different from the Lord that we know. And then in the evenings, we're going to be starting a series in 1 Peter. 1 Peter begins addressed to the exiles in Asia Minor, scattered. They're exiles and they're scattered not because they're strangers to that land by birth, but rather because they know the Lord Jesus. And so, in a sense, they are always far from home. It speaks of a new identity. The letter speaks of how we can be future-focused as Christians. It helps us as we try to live with suffering and indeed even find joy in the midst of it. I do hope as we step back from this and recognize that we ourselves are strangers in a land far away from home. As Christians, we would find in these 2 sermon series great strength and encouragement for our walk with Christ. A couple of notices for us. First of all, prayer at the centre this evening. Please do join us. Come and pray together with us. We're going to be focusing particularly this evening on praying for our Back on the Bus programme, for our youth this summer, and also praying for what we're doing to steward our environment as we're led by our Eco Church group. And secondly, let me just say a couple of things about our programme for services. We're approaching June the 21st, where we hope the regulations will be further relaxed. We're intending to continue with a single morning service at 10 a.m. and an evening service at 6:30. I've put together a longer piece just explaining a little bit of the rationale behind that, and if you're interested in that, do follow the link below to get to that. We'll also be sending that out in the Friday email. Thanks so much for joining us.